Always low prices at Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza.
Israel's expansion of their ground offensive to southern Gaza has resulted in the displacement of tens of thousands more Palestinians and has worsened the humanitarian crisis that has been ongoing for the Gaza Strip. The fighting has prevented the distribution of any food, water, and medicine outside of the small area by the Egypt border, aka the Rafah crossing. Meanwhile, new military evacuation orders have limited the areas where Palestinians can seek safety, as well as pushing large numbers of civilians toward the sealed-off border with Egypt. In case you don't remember, Egypt has refused any mass influx of refugees, believing that Israel won't let them back into Gaza and that it would undermine the decades-old peace treaty between Egypt and Israel. According to the United Nations, 80% of Gaza's population, or 1.87 million, have been driven from their homes since the start of the war. Due to cuts in main fiber routes, all telecom services have been shut down as well. Gaza has also been without electricity since the first week of the war. Meanwhile, the death toll has risen once again, according to the health ministry in Gaza. The death toll has now surpassed 16,248, with over 42,000 now wounded. While the ministry does not differentiate between civilians and combatant deaths, 70% of the reported deaths are women and children. According to the ministry, specifically over 6,000 children and 4,000 women have been killed during the war. These figures have shown a sharp increase in deaths once the week-long truce between Israel and Hamas ceased on December 1st. According to the health ministry, once the fighting began again, over 1,000 Palestinians were killed. Late December 5th, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated that the Gaza Strip must be demilitarized after the war with Hamas. He continued to state that, in order for Gaza to be demilitarized, there is only one force which can ensure this demilitarization, and this force is the Israel Defense Forces. No international force can be responsible for this. Earlier today, it was also reported that sexual assault was included in the atrocities that occurred during the October 7th attack that ignited the current war. Netanyahu spoke on this matter as well, stating that, "I have heard, and you have heard, of the sexual abuse and rape incidents of unparalleled cruelty. But I have to say that until a few days ago, I did not hear the Human Rights Organization. I did not hear the Women's Organization. I did not hear the UN. I did not hear their cry. And I say to them, where are you? Are you silent because we're talking about Jewish women?" Netanyahu further expressed his displeasure on the matter, saying that he expects all civilized leaders, governments, and nations to speak up against this atrocity.